What is going on, you guys? AK40 Kevin here in the gamer heaven. Another day, another controller to review. So I have here a PS4 Elite variant, made and shipped from China, so I'm going to be sure to wash the shit out of my hands. I mean, I'm not saying this is from the Hunan market or anything, but you never know. This was very inexpensive. I believe this was 50, 60 bucks, something like that. I'll have the price pop up in front of my face somewhere. But we'll see if this is any good. Let's get it. Alrighty boys, over here at the Stormtrooper desktop, as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and slide myself in here so we can see what this bad boy is all about. Swing the boom arm out of the way, move this bad boy out of the way, and get down to business. So, this is an Elite variant, so much like the Microsoft Elite, it's going to have paddles, most likely magnetic sticks, and a couple of other premium features. So, turn this on its ass, and we have some stuff pour out of it. Got your instruction manual. It is black and white, but good quality though, good font, English. It's got all the details, all the features, all that good stuff. Then you've got warm tips on this little business card type of thing. Please charge a controller for one night before use. An entire night. Because we didn't put too much power in it for the transport security. If the controller doesn't working at the very start, it means running power out. Just a few hours charging will solve this problem. Please do not hesitate to contact us if you have any problems with the product. We are prepared to service you. Alright, let's get that out of here. So, you got this little accessory bag here. Flip that on its ass. You have a braided cable, looks like maybe a 6-footer. You have the USB dongle, so it's not Bluetooth. You need to plug this into your console or your PC in order for it to work wirelessly. Then you have all the accessories that come with it. You've got 4 metal paddles that look identical to like an Xbox Elite from Microsoft. You've got thumb caps, which are literally just the caps that go over your existing analog stick, so you can't pop them off and pop new ones on. You just snap these on, if that makes any sense. Actually, I take back my previous comment. These are magnetic thumbsticks, so you do have interchangeable ones. And let's look at the actual controller itself. Okay, so the thumbsticks are off of it, stock. So that kind of sucks. Like, they give you the feature of having magnetic swappable thumbsticks, but you don't have any options. You don't have dome sticks, you don't have different heights, you don't have different textures, you just have this one set. So that literally defeats the purpose of having magnetic thumbsticks, because they don't have any optional analog sticks. Anyway, I digress from that. Build quality feels really good. You never know when you get something from China if it's going to fall apart in your hands because it was crafted out of paper mache, or if it's, you know, a solid, durable product. It looks really good. I like that flat navy blue, that matte blue look on it, with the little black trim. I love these buttons here. Like, they look phenomenal. Let's see how they feel. Face buttons feel really good. They feel very clicky, good response to them. You've got a touchpad up here. We're definitely going to test that out to make sure it's actually functional, but it presses in. We'll see if it works as a touchpad. You've got your share and options buttons. I really do like these. They're a lot easier to hit than on a licensed Sony controller. That's one of my gripes with the Sony PS4 DualShock controller, is the options and share button are like really narrow and really sunken into the shell. So it makes it kind of difficult to hit them sometimes, especially if you're trying to like double tap to take a picture or something. I digress. You've got your home button here, which feels very interesting because it's very flat. It's not curved whatsoever. Thumbsticks feel really good. L3 and R3 feel good. Ooh, oh god, I don't like that at all. Okay, first issue here. Okay, that's probably why. Okay. I was like, why does it feel so damn mushy? It's magnetized, just like a regular Elite controller. It feels really sloppy like this, so I'm going to go ahead and put the circle on there. See if that remedies it. Yeah, that feels a lot better. It does. It's still got a little bit of slop and just dead play in it, but it feels a lot better with the circular one on there. which I would keep on there anyway. Not only does it cosmetically look better, but if you're playing fighting games, these wheels here let you bust out some fat combos. Alright, triggers feel pretty good, good resistance to them. However, the right one feels like it might have been assembled incorrectly or maybe damaged during shipping because it's making a small grinding against the rear shell whenever I press it fully. You know, maybe with some general use, just me breaking it in, that'll be remedied. But as of now, yes, the right trigger has a little bit. You might even be able to hear it. A little bit of a rubbing issue that you don't get on the left stick at all. I'm sorry, the left trigger. Alright, bumpers feel very solid. Ergonomically, this feels really good. It's larger than a PS4 controller, which I personally like. To me, for my hands, Xbox controllers ergonomically fit my hands a little bit better. But, you know, PS4 controllers, I can deal with them. They're not, like, you know, detrimental to me or anything, but I do prefer a slightly thicker controller, and this fits the bill just perfectly. So this actually feels very, very, very good. I'm not gonna lie. This, for, you know, an inexpensive controller, this feels very good. In the back here, you do have trigger locks, which is awesome. So we have full pull right now. Snap them over. You're now getting a little bit less of a pull. It's actually not too much of a difference, as you can see there. That's with the trigger locks on. Still getting a lot of pull in there. Usually I like my trigger locks to be very short so you can rapid fire if you're using a semi-auto. Yeah, so the trigger locks don't really do a whole hell of a lot. They are in a good place though, so mid-gameplay you can flick them on and off with your middle fingers. You have a speaker in there, and then you have a light bar that has a really cool kind of like Batman ear effect on it. Cosmetically looks good, build quality feels good. 3.5, or not a headphone jack. What the hell? Whoa, what does this do? Interesting. So this cover pops off. I'm not sure why yet, but we'll figure that out. Yeah, that just pops right off. Wonder if the rest of these panels do that. Maybe that's for controller disassembly or something. Huh. Bizarre. Alright, well, it's obviously got a little bit of juice in it because the light bar up there is strobing like crazy. So let's get these paddles in here and see what they feel like. So they are magnetized just like the ones on the Elite. You just slide them in there. Pretty easy. Get these bad boys in there. Hopefully I'm doing this correctly. Alright, cool. So obviously if you don't want to have all four on there, you can just play with the top two. You could even put one of these shorter ones on the bottom. That's a really nice feature that the Microsoft Elite had. But again, this was a problem that I had with the original Elite. The Elite 2 kind of fixed it, but these stick up quite a ways. See that gap in there? And also these are very long, so you can accidentally actuate these pretty easily just by trying to grip the controller where you normally would. So that's really unfortunate. I would probably knock off these two so at least my fingers can wrap around there. And yeah, that's probably how I would play this, is just using these two here. Unless I had a game that I needed four paddles, then I would have to deal with the ergonomics of these paddles. Now, there is a way that you could actually bend these. They're pretty solid, so you might need to heat them up with like a heat gun or something and then put them in a vice grip and take some pliers and bend them out to where they fit more flush against the shell here. But, you know, a lot of people aren't going to do that. I like to customize and tinker, so that's something that I'm going to do. But most people aren't going to be like, well, let me break out the old heat iron and put it in the vice grips and, you know, customize my controller. Like, most people just want to grab it and play. So, whatever. But yeah, overall, with just the two paddles there, that feels really solid. So let's get this plugged into PC, see if they have any drivers or software support for remapping on a PC. We'll play a little bit, and then we will test it out on the PS4, and I'll give you guys my final thoughts. Okay, so we're over here at my PC. The dongle is not working, and surprisingly, you can't even use this controller wired by plugging in the micro USB to the PC. But I was looking online for drivers, and on the back of the controller, it says if you have any issues to go to... I don't even know if that's legible, but anyway, their website, which is a real shit show to navigate. But once you find your way over here to the downloads, there's a PS4 matrix key installation, and you go to download, and you get this here, which I don't really know how to read that. So, shit. I don't know if it has any PC capability whatsoever, because I have Windows 10 64-bit, as most of you probably do. The little dongle doesn't install shit like it's supposed to, and you can't play with it wired, and their website doesn't have software, and when you try and download it, you get some Egypt. Alrighty, boys, so I was unable to get the Hobosukan Deluxe working for me for the PC. Let me know in the comments section down below if any of you guys have a bigger brain and bigger dick than myself. Probably do, but yeah, gee golly, I can't get it working, boys. Alrighty, good news. I actually did get the controller working with the PC. I just did the same thing I was doing earlier with plugging in the dongle, and it seems to be working now, so not really sure what the issue was. So I'll play a little bit of Tomb Raider here. I've been playing this on the PS4 quite a bit, playing some Fortnite and Apex Legends, so competitive multiplayer. And overall, the paddles feel pretty good. If I were to keep this, what I would do is, let's give you a little light here so you can see what I'm talking about. These sticks have quite a bit of gap. These triggers back there, I'm sorry, these paddles have quite a bit of a gap between the actual controller shell. So what I would do would be to bend them about a 1/4 inch downwards so they're more flush with the shell, to where you can still actuate them, but they're a little bit more tucked up. I think that would ergonomically feel a little bit better. But overall, the paddles don't feel bad. I do like that they're the same aluminum material as the Elite. That's a lot better than plastic paddles in my opinion. However, look how loose these are. They're really wiggly, as you can see, which is kind of crappy. Yeah, they're just really wiggly, which doesn't give you the most confidence in the build quality. I do like that they included the trigger stops in there. However, they only cut out about 30 to 40% of the pull, which is not great. I prefer, if I have trigger locks, that they shut out at least 60 to 80% of the pull. I did like the Elite too, because that had 3 different settings for the triggers, and on its highest setting, you really do get a very short pull on the triggers, which is very nice. So using the paddles right now, unfortunately you can't remap them. I'm gonna mess around with it a little bit more and see if I can find some software in order to remap them, but it's, you know, there's no remapping on the actual controller itself, and I haven't been able to find any software support for it, which is pretty unfortunate. Sounds like somebody's getting mauled by a burr. I just got out of the shower, that's why my hair looks like a cockatoo. I put the cock in cockatoo. Anyway, yeah, so there's a couple things about this controller that I really like and a couple things that I really don't like, so we'll go over that now. First of all, I really do like the cosmetics of it. I think it looks very nice with that matte navy finish, brushed aluminum, and I like the aluminum rings around the face buttons. That is very nice. I also like the logos that are on the face buttons. I think that looks really cool. I also do like the fact that they included the aluminum paddle system, or thumbsticks in there. However, they don't really include any accessories, which is kind of stupid. But I tested these with my accessories for the Elite. You can also buy a pack of those for 10 or 15 bucks on Amazon. I'll have a link in the description below. And that comes with 6 different sticks that you are able to clip on, which is pretty sweet. Now the D-pad feels a little bit sloppy in my opinion. Let's turn this shit down a little bit. Yeah, so the D-pad feels pretty darn sloppy, in my opinion. Just kind of loose, and it doesn't have a very satisfying click to it. I like the placement of the share and option buttons, and the fact that they're raised a little bit makes it a lot easier to cleanly hit them. And overall, ergonomically, this controller feels really good for my hand, especially with the bottom paddles removed. So if you could remap them, that would be fantastic. I would just have the two controls that I really need on the top paddles, remove the bottom two, and this would be ergonomically a perfect two-paddle controller for me. So overall, really nice. I don't really like the fact that you can remove this little black piece on the bottom for absolutely no reason. I just feel like that was an oversight when they were designing it. I could understand if there was a purpose to that, like you could mount it on a charging dock or something, but that is not the case. So it's just kind of stupid that you can remove that, but I guess that isn't too big of a deal. Also, the grips feel pretty good. Yeah, ergonomically really great. It's lacking software support, which is a huge thing. And, you know, there's no customer service because this is a Chinese product. I went to their website and it's unusable, basically. But overall, just a really solid controller. I would definitely give it a check out, and I think it is worth picking up, especially for the $60. You're getting some pretty quality features and what seems to be really good durability and really nice ergonomics for the average hand size. So I can definitely recommend picking it up, and I'll have a link in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.